healthy church is a Bible church. Let's read the scripture together, Acts 13, verses 1 through 3. It says this: Now there were in the church at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, Barnabas and Simeon, called Niger, and Lucius of Cyrene, Manaen, and which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch, and Saul. As they ministered the Lord and fasted, the Holy Ghost said, Separate me Barnabas and Saul for the work whereunto I've called them. And when they had fasted and prayed, they laid their hands on them and sent them away. A Bible church. The thing that stands out the most, if you look in verse 2, it said, and they fasted. Verse 3 said they fasted and prayed. You know, they were living the example of Christ. The Bible says that Jesus was the Word of God. It said, John 1:1 said, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. John 1:14 says then that the Word was made flesh. Jesus is that example of the Word. So this church, and the church here at Antioch, was following the example of Christ with fasting and prayer. That has to be a vital part. A Bible church will be a praying church, will be a fasting church. Jesus said, when you fast, and Jesus said, when you pray. It's not an option. A Bible church is a praying and fasting church. Also, a Bible church adheres to the Word. If Jesus is the Word, all that was written is what we have to go by. Verse 3 in Jude says to contend for the faith once delivered. Listen, the faith doesn't change. The Word doesn't change. A Bible church will be based upon the Word as God gave it. We can't change it and alter it just because of new styles or new thoughts or new ideas. There's nothing new under the sun, says the Bible. So what we have to do is understand. He may give us a greater understanding. It may be a fresh revelation for me, but it's not to God. Everything that He's put in that Word is everything that we need to live. It is the authority of our life. And we must live by that authority. And what happens when we live under the authority of the Word, then that causes us to have a biblical worldview. Simply, that just means we look through the lens of the Bible. There used to be a song that talked about wearing rose-colored glasses. When you put those glasses on, you see everything that has a rose hue to it. Well, that's the same way with us. A Bible church will look and address any issue it faces according to the Bible. And that is a characteristic of a healthy church, that they get their being, that they get their direction, and they make their decision based on what the Bible says. It's not an antiquated book. The Bible is as fresh today as it's ever been. So let's become healthy by assuring that we are a Bible-believing, Bible-following, and Bible-maintaining